Hallo kykers en welkom by die 297ste episode van julle gunsteling en hoogs betroubare aanlyn nuusbron Erongo Talk. Vandag kuier ons by die Blue Whale Hotel op Walvis Bay. Ons fokus op brandbekamping voort en kyk na die gereedheid van ons brandweerstasies om vlamme te blus. In ons derde onderhoud betreffende die onderwerp besoek ons die Mautamanene brandweerstasie in Walvis Bay en gesels met Ephraim Kathindi, 'n brandweerman en die tweede in bevel van die instansie. Ons bring vir julle die nuus, Krampie se fishing report, die weer en ook die getye. Maar eerste op die lys is ons kalenderdag en dit is Wêreldkasterddag. So bly ingeskakel, ons is nou terug. Ons koop vandag in Walvis Bay af. Lede van die publiek kan kaartjies koop en 'n kans staan om 'n konsessietoer vir 4 te wen in 'n poging om 1.2 miljoen Namibiese dollar in te samel vir die voltooiing van die eerste fase van 'n sorgsentrum vir pasiënte met demensie op die dorp. 10 gelukkige wenners sal reuse pryse losland uit die 5000 kaartjies wat tot 3 Oktober beskikbaar is by www.today.com.na. Die finale wenners word op 16 Oktober aangekondig wanneer die looitjies by die Walvis Bay Lions Club getrek word. Die projekleier Gert Grobler sê hulle hoop om die Walvis Bay sorgsentrum vroeg volgende jaar te open. Die gebou is opgerig, daar is vensters en deure, maar nou moet die afrondingswerk voltooi word. Volgens Grobler het hierdie sentrum die potensiaal om tot 4 fases uit te brei, maar daar is tot op hede geen planne hiervoor nie. Die eerste fase beloop 3 miljoen Namibiese dollar en sal 12 pasiënte met demensie kan huisves. In ons tweede storie, die Soespit seremonie vir die oprigting van 48 huise ter waarde van meer as 5.29 miljoen Namibiese dollar het Vrydag in die DRC informele nedersetting op Swakopmund plaasgevind. Altesaam 39 van die 48 huise se konstruksie sal voltooi word deur Power Onyeno en Kashona Construction, wat elk 24 erwe toegeken is vir die bou van huise onder die vaandel van die 4040 maatskaplike behuisingsprojek. Volgens die uitvoerende hoof van die Swakopmundse munisipaliteit, Atsi Benjamin, is die behoefte aan behuising in die dorp 'n uitdaging. Die behuisingssituasie is van so 'n aard dat daarna 'n lys gekyk word met meer as 17,000 mense se name op wat behuising benodig in die lae, middel en hoë inkomste groepe. Benjamin het bygevoeg, die dorpsraad het reeds in 2019 begin om die agterstand in behuising te takel deur verskillende modelle van behuising te implementeer. Ten slotte, die oomblik wat die kinders Victoria of Toyalo se Land Rover gewaar vir 'n vreugdevolle kakofonie die lig. Die jongspan het spander in alle rigtings, gryp gou hulle eetgerei en haas opgewonde na die gewone vergaderplek waar hulle in 'n ry staan en wag vir 'n warm en gesonde maaltyd wat deur die Twalaloka Support and Kindness of Task sopkombuis aan hulle voorsien word. Task voed gewoonlik meer as 300 kinders op Maandag, Woensdag en Vrydag op verskillende plekke in Narwal en Koosopmund. Lou het Task, wat nou al meer as 17 maande in volle swang is, begin met die eerste COVID-19 inperkinge in Maart verlede jaar. Gewoonlik skenk en ondersteun mense van die kusdorpe en vriende van Lou in die buiteland vir Task. Mense wat 'n skenking wil maak, kan dit doen deur www.gogetfunding.com/task/ of Victoria se bankrekening. Gaan kuier gerus op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na vir die besonderhede en meer nuus uit die streek. Maak ook 'n draai by ons TV-kanaal oneup2.com vir nuus uit die hele Namibië, ons buurlande, die res van Afrika en die wêreld.
We are well prepared. Out of 10, we can say we are on number 8. We are operating from Mautamanene Fire Station, which is well strategically located. Putting in mind the year that it was built, it was actually at the center of the whole town. So we are responding from there. We have a crew of 10 permanent guys. That includes the fire chief and me, myself, and we also have 20 volunteers that they respond in case there is an emergency. So, and to say that we have quite a good warning signs in town, the horn that goes on. So our volunteers, once we don't need to call them from number to number, once that horn goes on, then they know there is an emergency that they need to respond to. Also, in terms of preparedness, we are not to say not so well equipped, but we are equipped. We have in total 5 fire engines. Those are the fire trucks. And we have the one tanker, which is 7,000 liters. The tanker, which we always respond to whenever we are going out to check fires, and we have one rescue vehicles that we do respond to. Fire is something that it only needs a minute or a second for it to get out of proportion. What initially now what happens is people first attempt to fight fires. Now when you put in mind the type of materials that we use here in the coastal area, they are very highly flammables. So people attempt to put the fire first, and then when they see that they cannot do it anymore, that's the time they call. And any delay in calling, it's already a problem. And especially when the fire happens during the day or when still people are not yet asleep, you will find it very difficult to get to that fire scene. You are rushing there, and then you have to be braking. There are even people that are racing with you, public members racing with you while you are heading to the fire. And once you get in that same street, you will find out that the street is still blocked, and then you have to be hootering there and all that. Sometimes you even need to redirect. Should you need to drive around another block for you to get access to that fire. And you getting at the fire again, you are fighting fire, and then you'll be fighting the community again with the assumption that you were late. But if you do a quick survey there, people, can you show me the number of fire brigade? You'll find out that out of 100 people, you'll be lucky if you get 10 out of them. And our numbers are well written on the tracks. Whenever you're at fire scenes, people can have the number, but it's ignorant that people are not taking out the numbers. Once we see smoke, we need to go out. We go out immediately and investigate. Like the fire chief, myself, the second in charge, and one of the guys, firefighters that are on standby, we have utility vehicles. So once one is, maybe there is a smoke somewhere, immediately we can send out even the guys on standby while the other guys are going to the station. So this is where also now we need even to warn the public that as it is in the government gazette, no one is actually allowed to make fire within the municipal boundaries. Day and night we are running for people just burning tires to get out the wires for scrapings or these electrical cables. And it's a waste of resources. Because imagine everyone will respond. Sometimes the police just get a notification from the public that they smoke, and then they activate the alarm. You have 20 people that have responded, and at times they are not doing it for free. So it's a waste of resources, but we do go out. We must applaud our municipality. They have took into consideration to construct a new fire station in Kwisemund, just next to the police station, the one they are busy, the state-of-art police station that they are building there. So we're gonna put also Tutaleni Fire Station there. It's already on the budget for council, and that will come with also a fire truck. So strategically, once we get, because most of our fires are in Kwisemund, should we then get a fire station there, I think it will improve on our response time. And it's already in the plan, in the pipeline, that we are not going even to use the same operation, the same way we are doing it here, but there we will be 24/7. We will be based there to be working as a fully fledged fire station. So we are appealing also to the business people within our towns. We must say we are lucky because we have all the oil depots, or the oils come through our port. So we are calling in business people. They can approach the office of the CEO, they can approach the office of the mayor and make donations towards the fire brigades, because we don't charge people. That is the bad part of we are community services, we are rendering community services. So whatever resources we use, either the fire trucks to go out, the amount of people, sometimes there is overtimes involved. So we are not charging the community for the service we render. So we are appealing for the business. If they can come on board and meet the council halfway, that will be highly appreciated. All our fire trucks that are made to carry water, they are packed with water. We don't fill up trucks now when we come to the station. All our trucks are fully filled with water. And when Tualoloka happened, when that land grabbing happened, the people were spaced. There was a space in between those sheds. But then, yes, we understand, maybe we have a problem of land deliveries in towns. People started accommodating each other, and then they started blocking the pathways and the distance that was put in between the sheds. Sometimes you find it very difficult now for you to go and try to space the people while that happened. So, and also now when the fire happened, there was a lot of assaulting, members were assaulted, vehicles were beaten, and we needed at the time to withdraw without us really executing our duty, because then our life was in danger. But then what happened, the part that was left, the Tualoloka part that was left, so we took an initiative. We, as the fire brigade and council, we got a piece of land that belongs to the government, which is the one behind the council's office. So, and then we decongested that whole part. And we are constantly monitoring that no one built beyond the area that they were given, and it's quite good. I think that will be safer now. And also around the whole settlement, we put up fire hydrants, many as much as possible that can do the job, but still it's another problem. People are still vandalizing the hydrants, they're stealing the hydrant heads. We gave the community some fire hoses and some fire branches so that when there is a fire, at least they can do the quick intervention while we are on our way. We found out that some of those hoses, they are in the sheds where to whom we gave them, but the couplings are either sold for scrap or they are not there, so it's quite there. They are not there to serve the purposes anymore, and those are quite expensive equipments that we cannot be replacing over and over. So we needed to pull them away from the community and only look then on the spacings as a safety measure.
Okay, fine.
it's winter time, and it's within the last month and beginning of this month and last month we had incidents of 3 fires already. And once you do the interview, you'll find out that these are people that are working at factories. Then they knocked off in the morning. Some come and try to warm water for them to bath, and they either rest on the couch and then the fire comes. And so we must really take good care of the fires. We must not make fire at those times of the morning, or when you know you are exhausted coming from work, or you went to visit until late hours. So we must really take care of fires, and you must not let the kids play with the fires unattended. Cooking, make sure that when you are cooking, you are really there and attending to your pot, so that you don't be maybe busy with something else and you are cooking. So that fire, it's really something dangerous. And let people have the fire brigade numbers. I know they are written all over on our vehicles, sometimes on the water bills. We put the emergency numbers. The first one is 0811 220888, and the other one is 0811 220833.
After what feels like an eternity, Grumpy packed his fishing gear and joined by a group of friends went fishing this past weekend. According to him, Sunday was an absolutely stunner with no wind whatsoever, real t-shirt and shorts weather. They played cricket on the beach and also managed to land some decent fish. Grumpy said that they started off at the Zela Wreck and worked their way to Jakkalspits. There was way too much seaweed in the shore break, so they changed direction and went back towards the Valle, which turned out to be a good spot. They reeled in a mixed grill of fish including galjoen, kop and barbel. Dries van Zyl managed to pull in the biggest kop for the day, which was a respectable 55 centimeters, while Herman Sanderson emerged as the champ in the galjoen department. Fube English went, and now this lady is 9 years old. She went fishing with her dad, Marlon, at mile 106 and caught a beauty of a galjoen. They managed to land a total of 15 galjoen and one steenbras of 45 centimeters. There was also a coastal angling competition held between Zela and mile 30 on Saturday. Conditions were quite rough and the fishing was tough. Generally, the anglers target sharks as they weigh more than their edible counterparts, using mullet and mackerel as bait mostly. Quite a number of spotties were pulled ashore, while some anglers opted to target and caught some galjoen to get their names onto the score sheet. Conditions seem to be great for the upcoming week, and Grumpy says he expects some bigger fish to be caught up north. The ski boats were rather quiet as the swell was huge. Expectations are that the boats will be able to go out this week again. And with that, we say tight lines.
Welcome to explore Erongo. We visit the jetty in Swakopmund, a very popular attraction. After the outbreak of the Ovaherero Rebellion in January 1904, it became apparent that there was not enough anchoring space for the ships arriving with supplies for the new German colony. At some stage, up to 25 ships anchored in the open sea, and it took weeks for them to be unloaded. The Zweiten Eisenbahn Bau Company arrived from Germany in October 1904 and started building a 275-meter-long, 9-meter-wide wooden landing quay. A third of the pier was completed by 1914, when the First World War put a stop to further construction. 2 drill heads used for drilling into the seabed during construction can be seen at the entrance to the jetty. In 1986, renovation work was undertaken to save the jetty. A proposal by the Lighthouse Group to develop, maintain and manage the jetty was subsequently accepted by Council, and the idea for Jetty 1905 was born.
Ons bring nou vir julle die verwagte temperature, veral die groot dorpe in die magtige Erongo streek, sowel as die getye vir vandag. En dit bring ons dan aan die einde van vandag se uitsending. Dit is altyd lekker om in julle geselskap te kan wees, maar die kuier hoef nie hier te stop nie. Sluit gerus aan by ons aanlyn familie van meer as 85,000 volgers en kuier verder op ons Facebook platform. Gaan besoek en klik op die skakels vir nuus oor die streek en inligting oor besighede, sowel as produkte op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na. Ek herhaal daai ene vir julle, dit is www.erongo.com.na. Maak ook 'n draai by ons TV-kanaal oneup2.com vir nuus uit die hele Namibië, ons buurlande, die res van Afrika en die wêreld. Stuur vir ons nuustips, foto's, video's of indien jy wil adverteer, kontak ons by 0811700040. Ek herhaal die nommer vir julle. Dit is 0811700040. Met 'n reach van meer as 1 miljoen mense kan ons beslis jou besigheid en produkte na kliënte oral op die planeet neem. Dan ten slotte, COVID is mos met ons. Gaan kry 'n COVID-enstof indien beskikbaar. Dra 'n masker wat jou mond en neus bedek. Beoefen sosiale distansie. Bly in die buitelug eerder as binne waar moontlik. Vermy oorvolplekke en swak geventileerde binneshuisruimtes en was jou hande gereeld. Tot die volgende keer. Cheerio.